I've always been a kind of practical person and enjoyed kind of production work, working with people, producing things, seeing things move forward. And at the same time, I'm also a kind of reflective person, and I also like to read and find out what's kind of going on around the thing that I'm working on. So I think a fully academic doctorate, I think I might have found quite frustrating and quite difficult. I'm not sure it's something that I would have put myself up for, to be honest. But it's a fantastic opportunity as a practitioner to be able to move your practice forward at the same time as having that framework of reflection and further study and contextualisation. I was lucky enough to work as my placement for the Arts Catalyst, who are a fairly small arts organisation. I did a new website for them with a nice search feature, and I did some electronic publishing for them. And I also worked with a very different set of voluntary organisations, not-for-profit organisations in Tower Hamlets. And with them, I also contributed to their sort of digital development and worked with them on a case management system. And that was the project that I actually wrote up for my thesis. So I did a lot of different things. It all, I think, contributed to my development. I wrote about all of those things one way or another. I had great support through my supervisor, Neil White, who really stuck with me and I think let me get on with things at the same time as making sure that I was always noticing the academic side, trying to take that the reflections as sort of deeply as possible and connect them up with other pieces of work and other disciplines. I didn't relocate to Bournemouth. I stayed in London, which is where I already lived. And I was based with my company in London. And I would travel to Bournemouth occasionally to meet my supervisor or to meet other CDE students, which was always a pleasure. I was fantastically lucky with conferences. I had a paper accepted for the Participatory Design Conference in 2012, which extraordinarily was in Namibia in Southern Africa. It was the first participatory design conference in Africa. Computer science conferences in Africa are, they take place, but there's not so many of them. So CDE supported me to go there and present my paper and be there for a week and participate in the academic side of the conference, but also some other activities around the conference which were more community orientated, and it was an absolutely fantastic experience. I also went to Ireland to Communities and Technologies conference, which was a great experience as well. And something that was really important about those conferences was meeting other doctoral students, and the conferences that I went to had doctoral consortium meetings, which are kind of more formal meetings where PhD students and other doctoral students have the opportunity to present their work to quite top academics in the field, get feedback, discuss with other students. And this was a very formative experience for me, actually. And really helped me with my academic development. I've been in my job for a year and a bit, and I think what's happened is sort of gradually you bring a sensibility to your work, and if you're lucky enough, like I am, that people around you kind of recognise that you're bringing something different, and not just something where you maybe have a hunch about something, but something where you've really explored, and if you're lucky enough that that is recognised, then I think you'll get the space to use those skills and bring them into the workplace. So that's been my experience, that it's been a bit of a slow burn, but definitely something where your depth of experience and your depth of knowledge is recognised by your colleagues really through your work, through what you're able to contribute.